So this will be the reassembly of the antenna of an E30 Convertible 89, which has this kind of housing. These are all the pieces that we're gonna need. We're gonna have to put some grease into these little cogs and pretty much grease up this worm wheel here. All right, so let's start with the assembly. First, we need to have the cartridge for the antenna coil that we just hook in the back, and it has this 4 little pins that need to hook up into this grooves. So you just play around with it and it will hook up, and it just has that much play. Then goes our pin.
By the way, we greased everything ahead of time.
Yeah, we forgot to record the disassembly and cleaning because we're brilliant. Okay. So the next two are these 2 wheels where one goes inside the other, and
Can you bring it closer?
Yep. And there's this clip.
I'll just move the camera. I'm stuck. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you just clip them one inside the other. It's normal that they will have this kind of play. And when you put it into the housing, the flat side goes inside. Like so. Clean fingers. Always very important. Then the next part is this little wheelbarrow wheelie.
Wheelbarrow wheelie. Yeah, okay.
It has this little pin that goes inside this wheel, and just inside that corner right there. That's it.
Nice.
Then you have the the guide for the antenna to reel in. It has this groove that goes on the inside.
Snaps right in.
Exactly, slides right in. And we just can tighten it up.
What kind of screwdrivers do you need?
Just a Phillips screwdriver. For all this is all you need.
Okay.
Maybe a flat screw to remove this C-clip. You'll need to pry it in and just pull it out.
Okay.
All right, once that's done, we test that this spins freely. It does, so it's all good. Now we're gonna mount the motor, which has to go this way with the bracket upside down, so it clips right into the grooves.
I guess it's one of those things, if you're forcing it in,
Yeah.
you're doing it the wrong way.
If you're forcing it in, back up.
Flip it around.
Then to secure these, we have these big screws that go one on each side. They're long.
Might want to cut this.
Well, you can put it at 2x.
That's true. Speed it up. With the little like squirrel. Yeah. Yeah, you do it better than me.
You can test that the wheel spins.
Look, it's working.
It's working. Okay, so now we put the cables back in. Green one goes on the first. The red
Oh,
one.
they got little holders. Little clippy things.
So now they're not flopping around. Then we are gonna lock the wheel. Just put it here.
Goes only one way, right?
Just one way.
Pretty obvious to see which way it goes.
Exactly. Just make sure that it's locking it. Then we just clip in the C-clamp.
C-clip?
C-clip, yeah.
And the C. The magical C. C-clip, right?
So,
why is it called a C-clip? Because it comes from the sea?
yeah. Jesus. And we just put our rubber grommets here. 3 on the bottom, 3 on the top. And that's basically the hardware installation of the unit. And if you have this clip that it has just one rubber stop that goes at the bottom, and slide it right in.
And I guess if you do this properly, you won't have to take it apart because you forgot to put something in.
Yeah, exactly. Now for the microchip that controls this unit.
The microprocessor.
The microprocessor that controls this unit. For the green goes the second pin.
Yeah.
Red one on the third pin. All right. Now, wire. We'll feed this through the, I don't know, this.
The hole.
The hole. And just press it in.
So to take it out originally, you just kind of like wiggled it out, right?
Yeah, exactly. To put it in, you wiggle it in.
Yeah. Is there anything you have to be careful about?
When you pull it out, just be careful. Like you can see that the wires are different distances, different lengths, and there's a reason for that. When you pull it out, this one will come out first. Then you pull either the red or the white one at a time, because otherwise you will definitely like strip this out, and you don't want that.
Okay.
All right. So for the pin location of this one, that's coffee.
Oh, it's over.
Okay, so for this, we'll just place the unit inside the casing. The casing has the 3 pins that, you know, are rubber grommet thingies going there.
Okay. By 3 pins, you mean like 3 divots or 3 places, yeah.
Yeah, so make sure they are sitting properly.
Properly, yeah.
It's good. And then this unit will slide right in between these 2 guides like that, but like that. No. Jesus. Oh, anyway. So the black cable goes in number 5.
Numero 5. Your hand's in the way.
Number 5, then white. Number 4.
Can I guess the last one?
Yeah.
Is it number 3?
Yeah. Now the red one goes number 1.
Number 1?
Number 1. You failed elementary class. You go back to elementary school.
So it's 5, 4, 1.
5, 5, 4, 4.
So okay. There's 2 red ones though.
Yeah.
Okay,
so one red one goes to the end to the motor. Don't mix it with the one that comes from the battery.
Okay.
That would be bad. So now we locate the guides here, and we'll just gently push it in. That's it. Done.
Great.
Now
you're missing something though.
For these 2 clips.
You're missing something though.
What?
This whole big metal piece.
Oh yeah.
Can you shove it in from this side?
I guess so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
Yeah. So you can.
I'm gonna see. I'm an assistant.
Yep. I guess not just a pretty face. Okay. So with cables in, everything is moving smoothly. Everything works. We just have to connect this back because we didn't really we didn't need it to remove it, but we did. So
there you go.
Red goes in the bottom.
They both go in the bottom.
And no, in this clip. And the white one goes on the top.
So one goes with the The white one goes parallel with the clips kind of
Yeah,
like direction,
like this
and the other
position.
one goes perpendicular.
So
The red goes
yeah,
perpendicular to the
yeah, exactly.
clips. Yeah, whatever it's called. Okay.
And that's it. Then you just close this unit, but we have also to put the cover here, which is drying after an unfortunate incident.
Well, let's just kind of show it to them. So we'll get it. We'll continue that later. So I had to put a crazy load of JB Weld to seal this up. Eventually I'll see if I can replace this piece, but for now, this is the hack I had to do.
Thank you, COVID.
Yeah, thank you, COVID. Right, we are back.
Day 2. Now that our beautiful fix has been made, it's very stylish.
Looks like it's got cancer.
It's very solid. Yeah, this thing has COVID. So now we're gonna have to spool this mechanism of the antenna. You see, I pull the string. The antenna magically goes in, and if I push it out, it will go out.
Wow, it's magic.
Simple mechanism. We could actually do magic tricks with this. So to do this, we have to remove again this little guide that will guide the thing in there. So we remove the screws, and don't forget about the wheelie barrel thingy.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. All right, put it back in, and now remember the aluminum, let's say, guide that we took yesterday. It has to be inside, and it will attach like so. So first we are gonna
hand with this side.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna feed it into the tube.
A bit of grease on it, so it's.
Yeah. So once it's inside, as you see, there are teeth in this plastic.
Yeah, your teeth are going backwards.
So we have to flip it around.
Oh no.
There we go.
Actually, you can just turn it on this side, I think.
Yeah. Now it's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're gonna have to play around with the.
Just to get that
The pipe.
sucker in. Definitely have to cut this part.
Fuck.
Here, I got it in last time. Let me try. If I get this in with one hand.
Oh, wait.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got
Okay. If you got it, if you have it in with one hand, I'm quitting.
it? you take the camera.
Okay.
Suck this.
Now let's go see Master Jacob do it.
Oh shit. Oh no. This is not working out.
Okay, high, like left.
Your left or my left?
Your left.
Which is left?
I'm sorry, you're right.
So it's towards that side?
Towards that side.
That's my.
That's your right.
Yeah. Alright, see, that's the problem, is getting it
Yeah.
to go to the right. Maybe we can pull out that
Oh,
thing.
oh, you almost had it. Okay, right, high. Yeah, there you
Got
go.
it.
Yes. All right. Oh shit.
Alright, now my hands are all greasy. Great.
Okay. Oh man. Oh no. Fuck. I thought you forgot this.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Don't forget anything.
Now that Master Jacob has done it, now we can see that the first tooth is grabbing on the big wheel on the high, let's say like the upper wheel, and you don't need to put any more grease because we have
More than enough.
grease.
Not just on the system, but in our hands too.
Exactly. So you can give it a little bit of rotation on this while pressing or pushing in the rod.
You can see it's
moving.
It's moving.
Okay, now this, because of the let's say the memory of the plastic, this thing is going to want will try to go up, and that's why we need this guy. So now that we know that we have 1, 2, 3, at least 6 or 7 teeth holding onto the wheel, and it's beginning to take the first turn, we can just put this back in.
Where's the other screw? Oh, there it is. Focus.
Would this be a grown-up version of Lego techniques? So first, make sure these things are not coming out of the holes as it actually has.
You mean the grommets, the plastic,
the plastic
bushings or grommets, or what do we call them?
Pins.
Sure.
All right, now, okay. So now this thing won't come down lower than that because
The antenna is fully
the
extended.
antenna, exactly. So we need to keep just pushing on this.
I see you're pushing it. Yeah, there you go. It's going in.
Okay, now we will reach a level where we actually need to screw this in.
Here, maybe take that off. Oh no, you could.
It's supposed to stop there. There's a mark on this pipe that you can see through the hole of the screw, which kind of like stays in this position. The antenna plug will go face down, and you can.
I'm pretty sure the antenna plug never went face down before.
The mark is there,
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
and then we just screw that in.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you do it all the way.
I
I
don't know.
don't think so.
That's where the mark is. I
Yeah.
guess the engineers at BMW got paid for that. They know where to put it.
I don't think it matters, but yeah.
Yeah. So, and then just go have fun, and you can see that now the antenna is coming down slowly.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah. So if you have coffee, you can leave your other. You can go make coffee and leave the other friend just reeling this in. Okay, and now we speed the. Now we do the actual squirrel thing.
You can see it goes really slowly. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay, so now that we have everything together, we can put this cap back on. Just clips. Oh, wait, did I forget to put something?
Probably.
Yeah.
The rubber things.
Let's just double check before closing anything.
Good idea.
And this is how you take it out as well.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's the culprit.
Exactly.
Make sure those rubber bushings or mounts, I guess rubber mounts, are sealed and they kind of sit properly on that, so the engine is not
wobbling around.
the engine, the motor is not wobbling around, or the engine is not wobbling around. Shit.
Yeah. And that's it. Ignition. Now we do the shake test. Yeah.
Nothing rattling in there?
Nothing rattles.
Great.
We have no missing pieces.
I'll just tighten that thing.
And now we need to tighten this screw here for the ground for the antenna that we also broke.
Yeah, it also snapped off, so we had to what do you call it?
JB weld.
JB weld it on. It goes down like that. Right. a bit tight because it might have some JB weld in it.
Yeah, make sure you kind of like...
Hopefully yours is not some sort of hack fix job like ours.
Yeah, if you guys probably want to do this just for cleanup, you don't have to deal with this part.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, this thing is, you can't buy this thing by itself. At least not.
Uh-oh, something cracked. Uh-oh.
It broke.
Are you serious?
Yeah, move your hand. No, it didn't break. Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
Keep going. So you can see the JB.
Yeah, it did split.
What split?
Here.
Oh shit, it's cracked there?
This was gonna happen. It happened. So it split our fix, but since in our infinite ingenuity, we fixed it. And wisdom.
And here it goes.
Look at this beauty. Nothing that a garden hose clamp cannot do.
Now I know that this doesn't look pretty, but it'll work. So yeah. That's all I care about. This is hidden, nobody's gonna see it. Eventually you're gonna try to replace this whole piece, but finding this all comes together in one piece. And in fact, you can buy the whole assembly for about $500. So just finding this by itself is really difficult. So for now, this will have to work.
This is as good as it gets.
And just speaking of which, so this part here is very brittle. This thing will crack. So don't take this off. This is the mistake we did. Don't take anything off. Try to avoid taking anything off of this because this is brittle and it will crack easily. You can see even we'll have to deal with this is all cracked and broken, and the other side is stuck inside the coaxial cable that attaches here, and that's going to be probably impossible to take out. So we'll have to find a way to solve this problem as well. Right, we're back, and now we're going to go in and install this radio. I'm going to go on this side.
Okay, so this is the tricky part. We have a broken pipe that it's very brittle, and this knobby thing needs to go inside the plastic housing here. Yeah. So it should just pop up and just push it up and it should go in, but we don't want to break it, so we gotta be careful with it. Now, how this thing goes, it goes like so.
It's not like super brittle, but yeah.
But you know, just be careful.
No, you get your head.
Okay. Okay, so this goes in there, and we realized that we lost, or I don't know, we never had like a way to attach this to this bracket. So
what were you pointing at?
The holes here.
Oh, yeah.
At the bottom. So this thing has only screws, but there's nothing on the other side to attach to it. So the screws are basically just being there as support. They don't hold this unit solid, and this is why this was just shaking around and eventually broke. So in our ingenuity, we have found these two bottle caps which are not sponsoring our Garden is not sponsoring our video. In fact, they're probably ashamed of us now. That we're gonna just put the bottle cap on the other side and pass the screw, so this kind of like create some sort of pressure, and
so it's the screw's gonna go through that hole. We made a little small hole just to get this through. So
all right, so let's go.
And it's kind of forcing it.
There we go. All right, so we greased up the inside of the rubber boot, so it would go in easier without putting much pressure in it, and it worked. Nice. All right, so now the antenna is sitting. Now we only have to do is just put our connector here.
Well, that one we'll have to deal with
and
somehow.
Do all the installations as they were. So
get a light here.
This ground cable that we connected to the antenna goes here, as well as the ground cable from the motor, which is this. they will both hook up into this bracket right here.
Need the bolt?
Yes.
Where is it?
That big bracket. Yeah. So these two go in here like
I can't
so.
see anything anyways because you're covering up with your hand. It's fine. People will figure it out. Oh, there you go.
All right. So hand tight. Will do for now. Now the antenna that we don't have really a connector to do.
Show them the inside of that, how it's snapped.
So it's snapped right here. This is where.
And all that stuff is in there. I think the previous person used some sort of super glue to get that in there, and it's just stuck now.
For now, we're just gonna put it like so.
That's gonna fall out.
And hope for the best.
No, I'm gonna have to put some tape or something on that.
Yeah, true. And finally, we connect this two, but we're gonna do that after we put the unit in place. All right, so first bottle cap.
That's good.
Okay, that's good.
All right. Here, take this. It'll be easier.
What? Yeah. Good call.
So hopefully this will hold the screw. No. And somebody's gonna find this and gonna say to themselves, what the hell is that?
All right.
And it's actually working, right?
It actually works. I mean, it's not the perfect solution, but at least it will hold for a little bit until we can actually find the right bracket, if there's one for that area, or at least
I think just the screw just got stripped over time, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, or not a bolt.
I'll look at the OEM, real OEM, see if there's an extra part there that needs to, like some of them have the clips and stuff like that needs to go on too.
Okay.
There's probably, you need a little bit more there. Maybe not.
It's all good. All right. Second screw.
This is what happens when everything's closed and you have to find
Ways to fix your problems.
ways to fix your problems with the things you have lying around.
Okay, so it's pretty much solid.
Oh, it's tight now.
Yeah. So all good. Now we just plug this in. All right.
So we're gonna now see if the antenna goes up and see if our work was successful. Any moment now.
Oh yeah.
And now let's see if it goes back down. Hold it to turn it off. Yeah. It does look a little jittery. I don't know why it's so jittery.
I don't know.
Okay, bring it up again. It's a bit smoother now. Go.
I guess it just has to align.
Yeah. Go down.
Well, it's better than not having it.
Yeah. All right, so here we have the final product. You can see the bottle caps. They are helping, not as much as I would have hoped, but they are helping a little bit. Definitely, it's a lot more solid now. It's holding on much better, so that should relieve some of the pressure up there so that it won't snap anymore. I had to tape the antenna on because that was the easiest thing to do. It's not the nicest looking solution, but for now this will have to do, and it seems to work just fine. So yeah, that's it. That's the final product.
All right, stay tuned for another Ingenuity COVID-19 update.
Take care. Stay safe.